What's he doing?
No, you know what?
Let me show. You know what?
Is it cancellation season for the Dalai Lama?
I'm in my late 30s, mid 30s to be exact. Actually, Miss is obviously late. You could probably say 30s.
Why are you throwing her under the bus like that?
No, I don't care.
Why would you do that? I would suggest that Drake is using technology.
There he goes.
He's breaking all sorts of records where it's not
He's
really
the
adding
biggest
I know what
artist
you mean.
in the world.
He's got a point. He has got a point.
I'm hearing about things like...
Nah, I was gonna say.
But he's just not my leader.
Go on, come
Don't
on.
say what
man.
you say, bro.
No, I was
here we go.
gonna
Look
say-
at
I was
that.
gonna say,
PR alert.
No,
PR alert.
For the People podcast, your uncle's in the building, ready for more fraudulence.
Cheers. Come on.
How we doing, lads?
We go again.
We go again.
Superb. Splendid, you could say.
What about you, Ironik?
I'm feeling good, you know. Like this week, I've actually felt really good. I think it's because the sun's come out.
The sun
You know that
has
changes.
peaked out.
Yeah, it changes. I
4
feel like it
minutes- 4
changes
minutes a
everyone.
day.
Has it come out? I was going to say, has it actually come out though?
Bro, it has, bro. Are you seeing like a difference in people's energy?
Not really, man.
Is it?
I feel like
No,
the sun's
I
not
can
really
feel you,
come
man.
out.
It's starting to turn.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
tide
Like
is turning.
something. Like I feel everyone. Like
We're
I'm in a
nearly
tea,
back.
bro.
Nearly.
No, I feel like you lot are clutched at straws here. Like it's not
Yeah.
really been out. It's
know
been
what
out for
you're
a
saying.
split second.
Remember,
and that's not enough. For
I know
me,
you're
man.
saying we're doing like the British thing where the sun peaks out for a minute and we're like, let's get the shorts and tees out.
Yeah,
and beards.
yes.
But I feel good, and also I'm going on holiday soon. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
feeling,
why. Yeah, that's
but
the real reason why.
everything's
Yeah.
So
feeling
where are you
good.
locked in for? What?
I'm going Florida with the wifey and family.
Florida?
Yeah, just a little
Ooh.
family trip. You know what? It's like I've been away loads lately in the last year, but like going with the family and that, it feels like an actual holiday because no one treats me like it's work or, you know, there's nothing to do with work. It's just turn off emails and just chill.
How is work, man?
Work's good, bro. Busier than ever, man. Like I feel like this year has been sick already so far, but it's a really positive year. Got some big stuff going on, so yeah.
Okay, well, some big stuff going on in music that it'll be good to get your thoughts on.
Come on.
CJ, you said you've been reading an AI book recently.
Yeah.
The first conversation today, please do get involved in the comment section below as we discuss the role of AI in music and what it means for artists going forward. Obviously, technology is going nuts. ChatGPT is everywhere.
Jesus.
And it looks like more so than ever, artists are under threat, they're under pressure, and jobs are going to be lost left, right and centre as people work out what they can get done for themselves with these incredible computers. Right?
Yeah.
One thing I know myself, the sort of impact that it's had already is this content recognizing software, Content ID,
Yeah.
that picks up or flags any music that you might own as an artist and have obviously all of the rights to make sure that you earn as much money as possible. It will come up whenever it's used in another YouTube video. You can just click a button and it will monetize that video for you as opposed to that creator unless you've got some kind of deal worked out, which is great.
So that's a positive.
It's also going to change things for the artist in a negative way though, because that brings money in.
Yeah, but how negative are we talking? Because I'm seeing a lot of positives, bro.
With what? The whole AI? and
Yeah,
music?
I'm seeing a lot
I
of
can't
positives.
lie, like...
How do you feel?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to say, yeah. And I don't know if you lot feel the same, but I feel like it's like when we was talking about the AI robot, sex robots the other day, like it's not a real thing. It's not real. So like when you're sending me an AI made song by Drake, I don't feel nothing. Like it's a robot. Like, you know, like music's made from soul and from love and from feelings, bro. I can't listen to a song done by a robot.
Really?
I don't get the same feeling. No, bro. Like you're sending it saying it sounds cold, and I can hear the voice sounds exactly the same, but I don't. Like it does nothing for me.
We watched,
and same with the interviews. Like,
that was
you watched the
crazy.
interview. I watched a snippet of it, but like, does it give you a feeling of like this is engaging?
Just to level with everyone who doesn't know already, there is a YouTuber out there who's uploading full-length podcasts. That are, basically created by the AI and done in the form of an interview, as is the Joe Rogan podcast. So the AI is Joe Rogan and it does its own script, and it's also whoever he's interviewing, and they just have full-on conversations.
So clever.
which he's had Donald Trump on.
Wow.
And
Jesus,
he
that
has
is
a little
mad.
disclaimer at the beginning of the video going, I just want you to recognise this is not real, and don't clip this up and start posting it all over YouTube. It's just to sort of show you what's possible. And it is frightening, but it is also, like you say, it's not real yet. There's something missing.
Yeah.
But this is why I think the music is different, because music it's about melodies, it's about feeling, it's about emotion,
Sometimes.
right? So what have you seen the viral Kanye AI videos that go
Yeah. Amazing.
Thank you, bro. Like,
No, they
some
sound
of
like
those
Kanye
songs
West. They
sound better than the actual artist. The
no.
Justin Bieber one. Yeah, the Drake. Do you know what I mean?
Never
The
the
Drake
Drake
one,
one.
way
Never
better.
the Drake.
Bro, he's sounding better than Drake,
I have
bro.
to say, man.
Marvin's room.
not
The
him.
Marvin's room.
Do you know what
The
it is about
Marvin's room
Drake,
one.
bro? Drake's got this fucking whiny voice.
Bro,
I
that's
can't
a
stand.
fact. That's a fact, though. He has got a whiny
If he
voice.
didn't have that whiny voice, if
Marvin-
he had like
bro.
a Rick Ross voice,
Ron,
I might be more
Ironic.
inclined to listen.
100% agree. Marvin's room. If we get the chance, I don't know what we can play and what's allowed to be shown in terms of audio, but the Marvin's room Kanye version is outstanding.
Well, would you sit and listen to that? Does it
Bro,
give you the same feeling as the original version?
100%.
No,
like the
bro,
delivery
man.
and the vocals.
Is it a whole track or an
It's a whole
album?
track.
It's a whole track. So it's a Drake track that's done
by Kanye.
Kanye's AI
Kanye,
voice.
yeah. And
It's not Kanye,
excellent.
bro.
It's absolutely
And
excellent.
you're
Like,
saying it's better than the original?
It's better than the original. And I'm
Wow.
not just saying this to troll
Wow.
Ron. Like, it is better than the original.
No, but maybe,
And that's what we're getting
maybe,
to,
I'm a man that I need to feel a song, bro. As soon as I listen to it, something has to come in me that I say like, I love this song.
I hear that.
I can't get that from robots singing or robots.
But
making
if you
up a
didn't
song.
know, would it be different?
Yeah,
No, bro.
Okay, so
Send
How
me a
do you
song.
know?
Alright, send me a song.
Yeah, how would you know?
Send me a song that's done by AI this week and say what do you think of it.
You won't be able to tell, though.
No.
You won't be able to tell.
I will. Like I said, I
But we're
know.
going to get to a point where AI is literally going to be able to clone people.
And
How
make-
would you
make
be able
music.
to? You
I
won't
don't
be
know,
able to
man. Maybe it's
bro.
just something in my head that will say I'm not listening to this because it's not a person.
But how do you know it's not a person? If we get to a point where AI are literally replicating humans.
Because they're gonna have to do interviews and
Oh, yeah, but okay, so right.
and I
this-
have to get to know. You know what I mean?
So this falls into the next point that I'm going to bring up. And this is why, Hugh, I was saying that this is a positive, yeah. What if we get to a point where artists, and you got to think about this, bro, can start charging for their AI version of a feature?
That's cold. No, that's cold. That's cold, though. That's a
You're
good
not doing
idea.
the maths, bro. That's
wait.
what's going to happen.
Wait.
That's
So
it's
then I
gonna,
don't
bro.
even have to do the work.
You're not going to
I'll
have to,
just-
bro.
So
Wake
you
up
just
and
send
smell the
over
coffee.
an AI's version
lads,
of what it thinks
lads, you
should
lot are
sound
doing
like.
the
Now
maths.
a minute, Molly's
Do you-
talking.
do you-
Now
no,
a minute.
lads, that's what I'm trying to say. When I said to you positives, that's going to happen. You might
Yeah.
need to wake
But how
up.
do I
That is
generate-
gonna,
At
why
the
am I
same
going to
time,
go
bro.
all the way to studio or send a file of my audio? No,
At
just
the
get my
same
AI
time,
to
though,
do it.
but-
You just charge the AI to. That's what.
Why would I need you then? I
You won't
really
need the artist.
Dude,
You won't.
no.
All I really need is the software to be able to manipulate.
Hugh,
No, but this.
Yeah.
To make your voice.
No, but Hugh-
if I can replicate your voice.
No, because there's legality. Do you get it? You can't just. No, there's going to be.
No, but you
there's,
can, because
you
Joe
can't just-
Rogan podcast is on here.
Yeah, but eventually it's not gonna
Yeah,
be
there
allowed.
needs to
They're gonna
be-
get
yeah,
wiped
but how
out.
can he do that, though?
So I'm saying that what's gonna happen
Listen,
is
mate,
Ron.
artists are not needed anymore.
Bro, let me tell you what's gonna happen.
You're
Drake,
done
yeah,
at it.
Drake in the next 12 months will do this. Yeah, he will start charging for his AI, the AI version of his
I
voice,
don't want to hear
and
AI
also the Drake. So if you want the premium, you pay for Drake. If you want the AI version,
No,
you
but
pay that amount.
but Hugh,
That's how it's gonna
Love
work.
that.
If you think
That's how it's
Drake's
gonna work.
whiny, his AI version is gonna be whinier. I'm telling you, I can hear differences in the real Kanye and the AI version.
Yeah,
Maybe
same,
you lot
same,
can't hear,
same,
but I
same.
can hear
Same.
bits when they're. I
Slight,
can hear bits where it
slight,
cuts the vocals.
Yeah,
and
same.
it's getting bits from other songs. Like I pay attention to that.
But do you
bro.
understand it's gonna get better though?
Yeah,
do you
cool,
understand
yeah,
that
but right
we
now,
are
I'm
at
not
this
in the
point?
game, bro.
We're
I'm
at
not in
this
the
point.
AI game, bro. Right now,
No,
it's-
you are in the
I'm
AI
not,
game.
bro.
You are.
Like
And
you lot talking about ChatG, I've never been on that.
Okay. Well, let me give you an example of something that you use all the time, and it actually controls quite a large proportion of your life.
Google.
No, this AI that you're using whenever you listen to, what do you listen to? Apple Music, Spotify.
Oh, yeah,
there you go.
Algorithms.
Beautiful algorithm
Yeah.
that learns exactly what you
Facts.
spend the most time on and therefore like the most, and recommends you exactly what you think you will like.
Big
So
facts.
basically, you're being told by this AI already how to think.
No,
Yeah,
but guess
he's-
what? They get it wrong a lot. That's why I make my own.
Not
playlist.
a lot though.
Mate, you are all
Spotify.
subscribed to Spotify
Yeah,
because
Spotify is good.
of that
though.
algorithm.
Yeah, I agree.
No,
I like
I make
Spotify's
my own
algorithm.
playlist, innit? So
Yeah, but
Oh,
do they give you good recommendations? Come on, it's way better than Apple Music.
sometimes, but I listen to Kings of Leon, then listen to Heady One.
What about this then? As a producer,
Yeah.
right? As a sound engineer, you get people who are coming in all the time who can't sing. They think they can, but they can't.
Oh yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
fix that?
What? Give him a little
That
AI.
AI is just smoothing you out.
Yeah, but
It's
that
gonna
was
put you
a
in-
T-Pain gave us that. with it.
Oh, I see,
You know
bro.
what I mean?
I can't lie. I'm obsessed with AI right now. I
know,
feel like it's gonna change everything, man. Especially you as a producer, potentially. Obviously, I know you're an artist as well, but do you realize if you're
I'm coming out the artist game,
But-
so it's good time.
so imagine you're producing this body of work where it's like Ironic presents. You don't need to get any of these people involved. You don't need to get heady. You don't need to actually get them in the studio. You can literally say,
yeah.
I just need the sound.
No,
I need the heady
lyrics.
sound.
Input the lyrics and it will do it in a heady one voice.
Lads,
Can
it's
you
not
not
gonna
know?
work, man.
Huh?
Look, I have a problem when artists
But I
say,
don't-
"Let's work. Let me send you an email of my vocals,"
Oh,
rather than us getting a studio. There's no connection with that type
bro.
of work.
But
bro.
do you know
in music? I'm saying it. Music's
But
to do with a lot of soul
Ironic,
and feeling.
you
bro.
know this as well as I do, yeah. You're more in. I'm in music, but you're more in music than me. Clearly, yeah. Like music videos. There's people. You don't have to be on set. You know that.
Yeah, I
bro.
know, but I'm
So
saying
that's
for
what's already
me,
happening.
that's what for me. I
Yeah.
would feel. I don't think I would f with that.
But
We
we as a
actu-
customer don't need to know though. Do you
Yeah.
get it? We as the
Yeah,
consumer,
but I don't
we
make
don't need to
music
know.
for people, innit? I make
do
music
make
for
music-
myself.
Oh,
bro.
is
Like,
it?
yeah, because like, say I want to work with an artist, and he tells me I'm just gonna send you the vocals. I feel like we're not gonna get the best out of what we can make, if we're not together.
So you want them in the studio still?
Yeah, bro. And so him saying I'm just gonna get a computer to make it for you, is even taking more of that away. Do you get it? So it's like, I don't know, man. Like you're saying, it's heading in that direction, but it might take away a lot of stuff from music.
Well, let me ask you this question, yo. If you're, let's say you're an up and coming artist, yeah, and you're trying to make ground, you're trying to make headway in the scene. Isn't this the perfect way to grab attention if you've got like a catalogue of features?
Yeah, from like
For
AI.
AI. It doesn't matter,
100.
but people like the sound.
But that's a good point, yeah. And you lot can answer this. Tell me if there's been success from an up and coming artist with AI yet. Not just a Kanye West AI version or Eminem.
Bro, this is
is
just
there a
happening
new
now.
artist? But it hasn't worked yet.
But it's just happening now.
in music, yeah. It hasn't
It's
worked.
just happening now, bro. We're just seeing it now.
As
It's
in,
still new, bro.
has an artist used technology to their advantage?
Like the AI stuff.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just happening.
I would suggest that Drake is using technology.
There we go.
He's breaking all sorts of records where it's not
He's
really
the
adding
biggest
I know what
artist
you mean.
in the
No, it's
world.
not really adding
He's got a
up.
point. He has got a point.
I'm hearing about things like
Yeah,
stream
yeah.
farms. Yeah?
Yeah, so he's using it.
They're
a different
big in
way.
China,
He's got
and
a
you
point.
can
Yeah.
pay for.
Yeah, but do you think the biggest artist in the world needs to do that?
That's
I
how
think
you
the biggest
remain
artist in the
biggest,
world
isn't
maintained
Yeah.
by doing that,
Yeah.
and maybe even
lot are troll.
stretch
That's
their
facts, though.
reach.
No, but it's a fact though. Oh,
Yeah.
you think
I
after
think stream farms don't need to-
15 years, you could,
We got a great comment on a video last week, right?
Yeah.
Love to everybody who checked it out. He said, funny that you're talking about AI, because I've just seen today they're using AI-generated news presenters in Kuwait,
That's calm. I'll be
Wow.
happy with that.
why?
getting read the news by a robot.
Why?
That's
Why?
calm, bro. Because
Why?
I don't need a feeling from you. Just read me the news, bro.
Oh, you
Oh,
want
okay.
emotionless.
I don't mind if
Okay,
they
yeah.
if
No
there's no one
emotions.
on the screen. It's a blank
Yeah.
screen and it says today in the world.
Just pictures.
Just
Yeah,
pictures.
right.
Yeah, but what about lyrics? So lyrics are you can still hear the lyrics. The
No,
lyrics are
bro, It's
written.
emotion, man. It's emotion.
So
bro.
you want the voice? You need a voice.
What do you mean?
Well, why? I'm saying that if an AI robot is rapping on a song, you can still tell that the lyrics were written by a human. Well, unless you say to the robot, write lyrics. I think if it's song written by Drake, but it's just his
Sound
AI.
like-
No, do you know what I mean though? If it was like written by Drake, but it's just his robot that's rapping it, would you fuck with that? Would you like that?
No, because
Why?
me and you can get it. Look at, for example, Quentin Miller had Drake's lyrics.
Oh
he
yeah.
sang it totally wrong. Do you get it?
Oh.
When you've got lyrics in front of you, singing it is different, bro. I've done the same lyric 100 times because I haven't got the right emotion out.
Okay. Yeah.
But maybe I'm talking too artistry.
I think
right now.
you're gonna have to get with the times, bro.
I
just
will,
think-
100.
I
I'll
got
go
a
with the
feeling
time.
You know
it's
the way
gonna
you're
transition, yeah.
it's almost like you're a perfectionist, the way you're putting the mixes together, or
Of course,
like the
yeah.
vocals when you're recording them. It's again, give me that again, but
Yeah.
more with this,
More
and more with
emo-
that.
yeah,
I
bro,
do,
that's
yeah.
exactly how my
Do you think
sessions
all
go.
artists in rap especially
No.
are like that?
No.
Because I hear a lot of rappers who it's almost like their sort of party trick is just I rock up and I just do my one verse and then
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
out
yeah,
and it's
That's
just one
it,
take.
yeah.
Well, is that not really taken
No,
away from
that, yeah, that works
Do
as
we-
well. Some people do that, but I'm saying the music I F with is music I can feel.
I hear you.
Do you get
I
it?
hear you.
Like
Right.
even the beats I make, if you listen to a load of batch of beats I make, you can feel something when you listen to them. There's sounds in it that I'll put that give you some sort of emotion. It's not just like a beat, drill beat that's got.
Well, anyway, 2 days
Get it?
ago, an AI-generated news radar was revealed by a media outlet in Kuwait. She's called Feda.
This is mad.
And she is blonde. I'll put a picture of her up here.
Okay.
She is
what?
They are making the move to test AI's potential to offer new and innovative content. And he said that in the future, Feda could adopt a Kuwaiti accent and present news bulletins on the site's Twitter accounts.
That's mad.
So AI is becoming smart, and it is basically being incorporated into our lives more and more. We're talking about music, but it's really everywhere.
Yeah.
You know?
How did you feel listening to the AI podcast, bro? Like, do you feel engaged to a conversation of robots?
I need to check that.
Do you get it? Like,
I need to check it. I haven't checked it.
You know, the thing is, right, I've used the Chat GPT so much now that I sort of understand where we're at with the version that I've got anyway.
What version have you got, by the way?
If there's a more update version, then it's a lot more powerful, especially to me as a content creator, because what's happening right now is its data only goes up to 2021.
Yeah, that's
so
what I've got. That's what I've got.
Okay.
You know, the ability to like draw key information from events that have happened over the last 2 years, which have been huge, isn't there right now. But the possibilities to me are very powerful, because now instead of researching for basically 14 hours for a video, I can literally type in the key command requests that I want, and it will give me the whole video content within about 20 seconds.
It's mad.
All I have to do is read it, reword it, essentially,
mad.
or just soak up the information that they're giving me.
It's so mad. Honestly,
what's going to happen,
bro,
which is slightly more worrying for me, is that I think now it is basically going to be possible for someone to sit there and put in an instruction for the computer, which basically says, create me a fully formed 10-minute YouTube video on this topic. And if it can do that in a super sort of swift manner, there's literally no way that I can compete. You know, the only thing that I have that they don't is my personality or character. Right,
that's
now.
a big thing. That's the key. That's the key.
That's what I'm talking about with music, bro.
No, but do you know the difference, bro? Do you know the difference? Because what he's saying is like Hugh's face, like YouTube is different, right? Because your face is on it, right?
No, he's talking about his personality, not
but
his
personality comes out. He's not doing audio YouTube content.
Oh, okay.
He's visually in front of camera. Whereas I think with songs, a lot of the time it's just audio. We can't tell.
You're saying it like artists are just like playing.
No, but I'm saying,
if I was doing a video,
right,
which was just me not in front of the camera, where it's like you were saying before, there's pictures.
Oh,
then
that's
say
different.
Some kind of commentary.
Yeah, then he's in trouble.
Now
he's in trouble if he did that.
Anyone can do this. Anyone can literally download the software and go, let me create a video that talks about this. If I wanted to make a fucking documentary about DJ Ironic, script, bang. And it will give you actually, it's crazy, bro. It actually says things like, bring in a shot of Ironic in Ibiza dancing with da-da-da. It says, now talk about this. Now bring in a fucking video of da-da-da. It's done it for me. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's mad. I need to get.
Could you send me the version you're using? Because I'm like intrigued now.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I didn't know you can use it for things like that. I'm using it just to be like, just putting in text commands like, can you write me a tweet or something? Or do you know what I mean?
No, this doesn't actually give me a video.
Okay.
But the idea is there.
Yeah, I can
see the same as like I can get a picture of you and a picture of you, and I can tell the computer to blend these images. And it makes you like put your head on his body.
Yeah, it's mad.
Wait, do you ask it? Can you write me a tweet?
Yeah, I can.
And have you done that?
If I said, can you write me a tweet on community engagement in Lewisham right now? What's the best way to like get involved in the community in Peckham right now in 2023? They will say, this is what you should do. You should run a festival, make it around Caribbean jerk food and rice. Do you know what I mean? They'll say that. I swear to you. I
saw a crazy tweet on Twitter of this guy who was basically saying, I've asked ChatGPT to make me a millionaire through creating some sort of health brand. That's, you know, it was right up your street. It was like trees and fucking leaves and fucking flower men, right? But basically, let's get money together.
Yeah.
And he's using GPT as like this business management tool that guides him step by step through how to set up the business, how to execute and make it successful.
That's what I mean. So I'm seeing it from that point of view. Like if you're trying to run a business or you're an entrepreneur, it is fucking perfect right now. Like content creation, I'm intrigued to see how that's going to develop but it will develop. You're right. Like the scope and the potential.
I got sent a video which is basically like a preview of the next version, where it's basically saying you've had pictures, you've had words, now is video.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Man.
So they'll just springing it on you where it will be like, make a video about For the People podcast.
This is what I'm saying.
Robots have us fucking doing TikTok dances in the studio.
It's moving quick. It's like we said like 2 weeks ago. Like the pace at which it's gonna learn and develop is frightening.
But I remember Elon was on Joe Rogan like 2 years ago during lockdown saying, "Listen, AI is coming quicker than ever." And it's here ready, and now you lot are telling me music's done.
No, bro. I think like I'm trying to say this without making people panic, but we should be a little bit afraid. A little bit afraid. And
can you answer this question for me then? With the robots coming. You know, I saw someone sent me a video the other day of their Uber Eats getting delivered on a robot. Like, I'll send you the video.
Bro. That's normal now. Yeah, that's standard.
You're saying that's normal.
In London.
That's conventional.
In London, bro.
Someone
came to the robot came, dropped the food and went. It's a video, I'll show you.
Do you know why that's fucked? Bro, I've read this article that Deliveroo and Uber Eats, they fired like 8,000 people.
Do you get it? They don't need people anymore. People aren't needed.
Oh my God.
No one's getting it. No one's understanding what's happening.
So we got that happening, and we got the AI taking all the jobs.
Yeah.
Tell me, why do we want to destroy our own?
Because of greed, money, corruption.
But who's going to get all
laziness and power?
No, but we're ruining the whole ecosystem there, everything in life.
Let me ask you this thing.
Let's say the top or higher.
Well, it's like,
let's say you're
demand.
Jeff.
It's demand, isn't it?
Say you're Jeff and you own
and Elon.
You start. I don't know. You buy Just Eat, right?
Yeah.
Do I want to pay 8 or 50,000 humans, all with fucking life insurance, dentals, and all that, or we get a couple robots?
But Hugh, that's
one
also
set fee.
Hugh, that's at the top of the food chain. Right? What he's saying is like, why are we like the people? Really, the answer is demand. So we're the ones that are like, we're basically, what's the word? We're feeding into these people at the top saying, oh yeah, we want that. Like that robot that you're talking about, that Uber Eats robot. We're the one that are fucking ordering the fucking food to get the robot to our house. It's consumers. Do you get it? Like we're the ones going into McDonald's using the machines, going to using the machines every single day.
That's good because it's created jobs. I don't want Uber drivers not to have jobs. What are they going to do?
But we could say, like, if we really wanted to be smart. So I gave the example a couple of weeks ago where I was like, Tessa the cleaner, right? Let's say there's like this very slick, efficient robot that's doing all the chores in the house. So your missus or maybe you don't have to do it, Suddenly that's going to become a thing that everyone wants a Tessa. A bit like Alexa. Everyone wants a Tessa. And it starts like that. And it's like demand. Like you want to show off. You want to be like, I've got this robot. Yeah. And that's what's going to create it. So it's like the same with the music example. So if everyone's like, oh yeah, I want to buy an AI robot to do a feature on my song, then that's what's going to create the demand. But if people actually said, no, this is unethical, or this is actually going to be fucked for society, then it wouldn't be a thing. But people aren't going to say that because people want attention or demand.
So
do you know what I mean?
We're all just going to sit here like, what have we done?
Yes, literally, that's what's going to happen. That's literally what's going to happen.
We've done it to ourselves.
We're fucked, bro. We're fucked.
I see that in two ways, right? Literally. You got the first way, which is like, I think some people think that it's best to get rid of all menial jobs because we as people should be doing more.
Like jobs that
anyone's doing,
do.
like cleaning or like, like delivering Uber Eats.
Yeah.
These are jobs that if we live in an ideal world, people should be able to spend their time doing more sort of creative or productive things, unless they really love being drivers. Right? So I see there's pros to that because eventually, if everything's done by robots, we can focus on the important things.
True.
But it's also a little bit like what we'll also have to do is adjust the system so that we can function, because people are only fucking driving Uber Eats trucks because they need money.
Yeah.
So now you take that away, where do I get my money from?
So I think, I agree with that. I think where you can show personality, that's where you're going to last the longest in this cold survival of the fittest world. Yeah. So I mean visually show personality.
What?
So
Listen,
so not
he doesn't want personality from his new job. I don't really want personality from my fucking delivery drivers.
I
just want to turn up on time.
I want
with the food hot.
No, see, that's okay. So that obviously that
get the sauces
with the food,
right as well.
I'm not gonna lie. So a lot of these people
right.
is peak. Even like lawyers, I haven't read the article fully, but I'm hearing lawyers and accountants. they're fucked in the next couple of years. I thought lawyers had the best chance of surviving because of the level of detail that goes into what they do. They're fucked. I'm saying what we're doing right now for the people. I can go on YouTube and I can see Hugh, I can see Ron, I can see Siege. I don't want to necessarily see that. I don't want to watch the AI version of those people. I actually want to watch. It sounds a bit mad, but I want to watch their faces. I want to see what they're up to. I want to see mannerisms.
I know exactly.
I think that's got the best chance of surviving. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The Joe Rogan one ain't gonna work. You're saying the AI.
It won't work. No, it won't work. It won't work. Football as well, sport.
No, but
I want to see those.
AI football.
No, but that's gonna come.
How do you feel about that? Then?
No, but that's gonna take
AI football.
That's gonna come.
Like FIFA.
Basically,
we're just watching FIFA.
Luckily, that will. I think that will come, by the way. But I think like AI sport, forget AI sport, but that will take 20 to 25 years because we still want to see our heroes, our Ronaldos, our Messis and Rashfords. But eventually that will get you.
Bro,
no, because you're not watching. This. I'm just saying you're not watching these people. Music.
What do you mean? If I love Drake, I'm watching and following everything. You think I just turn on his music?
No, he watches him get out of the fucking.
Bro, I send you everything he does. If you're a fan of this music artist, you follow him.
But remember what I said.
You watch that interview.
But remember what I said. We're not getting rid of Drake, bro. Drake's just
I'll tell
giving
you what,
his
while we're talking about
AI
Drake,
version.
I did a Google search on Drake, mate. He's in trouble. Google Trends suggest that Drake peaked in 2016.
That's
and
facts,
it's
though.
over.
That's facts.
It's
though.
actually not.
It's not facts, bro.
It's over, bro.
16, bro. You know how many hits he's had since 2016?
No, but we said this the other day. He's on a decline, though. It's a calm decline.
It's a calm decline.
Right, listen,
we
can't talk about Drake because people get angry.
Who else is on the decline? We got Dele Alli.
Oh, wow.
What's going on with Dele Alli, mate?
What's a Dele Alli, by the way?
Dele Alli is... What's a Dele Alli? Dele Alli is an international footballer.
Yeah,
he's from Milton Keynes. He signed for Tottenham in about 2015.
Oh, mixed race, brother.
Yeah.
Yes.
He got caught doing
he does
England.
He done the balloon.
That sign.
He won Best Premier League, what was it, PFA Young Player of the Year for 2 years in a row.
Yeah.
He's been turfed out by Tottenham after being warned by Jose on the Amazon documentary that it was all going to go wrong if he didn't pay attention.
Yeah.
Then he's been loaned out by Everton, the club who bought him, to Turkish side Besiktas, who've now said, you're done out here.
Yeah, it's sad. It's
and
very sad.
He's now got an injury, apparently. They're calling it an injury, which is going to see him out for a minute. And I just heard a little Sean Dyche interview where he was basically saying, look, I can't control what players are doing, but he's 26 going on 27 and he's out here smoking 26. Balloons.
That's mad, 26.
He's only 26. Bro, I'm not going to lie, for me, this story breaks my heart, because I look at someone like Dele Alli. When he was coming through, he was that guy, bro. You see the way we're talking, maybe not quite the same hype that Jude Bellingham's getting, but it's that kind of bracket. Like when he was bursting through, he was meant to be
that guy.
The next one. Like he
was he cold as well,
bro. His numbers, the first season he played, and you speak to Spurs fans about this, they say he was meant to be where Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard, that ilk. He was meant to be that guy. So he's, for me, like looking at the way he's fallen off. What was it 4 or 5 years ago when England got to the semi-finals of the Euros? Was it Euros or World Cup? I can't remember which one it was.
2018, he was at the World Cup.
He was at the World Cup. He played in the semi-finals, so he was about to win the. He was about to win the Euros.
Yeah, two games away.
2 games away from winning it. So like, bro, he was meant to be a star, a superstar, bona fide star. But the way he's fallen off, I'm like, but what's the
double figures in goals and assists one season or 2 seasons?
Like his numbers, his numbers were ridiculous. So I'm thinking, how can it go that badly wrong? Like, is it? Then I start thinking, was he actually? Maybe he wasn't actually that good. Maybe we actually overhyped him, and maybe he had a purple patch in the first couple of years, or he doesn't believe he's that good. I don't know, bro. But like, would you be in that position and you just think,
I don't know, man. I reckon like more than ever before, success it can really just sort of lead you down a garden path. These kids, bro. It's not like before. Even the money that you've made, bro. I reckon today, the kids are just, it's like another stratosphere, and it's happening so fast, and they're so young and so green that you are going to get people who just don't react right.
I agree with. I think that's what it looks like from the video that people have sent of him, what he was up to. It looked like and watching that documentary, looks like outside of football, he's a bit of a party guy, and he kind of gets distracted. So maybe when the success came, I don't know his story, he lost his head a bit.
Who's around him though, telling him, no, listen, hold it down, because he must have an entourage, you know.
I'll be honest, man. You know he's a Tottenham player, right? I've got no time for Tottenham.
Well, obviously, yeah.
But when I was at Wembley Stadium one day doing media coverage for Talk Sport, there's an old posse who just hang around. They're like, I don't want to name names, but they know who they are.
At Tottenham?
The old journalists from the Daily Mirror, the Sun, the Express, the Mail, all these people, Times, Telegraph.
Yeah.
They're a crew. They've been around for some of them 40 years. And they don't like their space being encroached upon. So me being fresh-faced and looking very different to most of them, it didn't go down very well when I was getting interviews firsthand before they were from players like Kyle Walker and Dele Alli, who both stopped and gave me their time, and that led to...
Love that. I love that though.
Well, I did like it, yeah. And as a result, I do have a little bit of a soft spot for him, if only because I can see that there's a bit of me in him.
So what's gone wrong? This is what I'm trying. This is what breaks my heart, because I'm going to go a bit technical here. Do you think his position has been the issue? Because if you remember, he was coming through as like a midfielder, but he was scoring goals like a number 10, and it's like, is his position now extinct? Do you know what I mean? Has it gone? Because I don't know what he is. I don't know
about that. But
it's a weird one.
I hear what you're saying. He is a sort of...
He's a
floated around
second
striker.
He's a floater. So then, because I'm trying to find the exact reason. Is it just that his position doesn't exist anymore, and he doesn't know who he is?
We watched it on that documentary, All or Nothing. Jose Mourinho, he's got a lot of things right in his career, and that is up there with the very, very most clinical comments he's ever made. It's like a dad and a son, bro. I see you going wayward.
Yeah, he did
say that.
I
need to put you straight. I have to tell you this because I've seen where this goes. Yeah. I tell you what, right? I look at my younger brother now and I'm like, look, I don't want to push anything on you, but I honestly know what you're about to go through or what you've been through and is your problem. I can show you how to avoid that problem. But when you're young, you're not trying to hear any of that.
No.
Facts,
I reckon that's where Dele is.
And he's still only 26. That's crazy.
I can't believe he's 26, you know. I can't.
He's 26. He's got plenty of time to turn it around. Well, for sure.
Do you think he can turn it around?
Yes.
You don't think it's too late? You think he can roll his socks up and say, right, I'm back?
I think.
Or has he had enough chances, though? I don't know how it works in football. How many chances did they give?
It's a good question. I'm worried. I think he's had too many times. I don't think it looks good, Hugh. I think he might be done.
Do you know when I really thought, fuck, you're actually lost? When Everton signed him, they unveiled him by bringing him out at I think it was half time during a game.
That's mad.
Yeah, it was mad. Yeah.
He's wearing the drip is for a rap video. He looked like little
insert a picture because I need to see this.
Yeah, it was mad.
He's got blue fucking what's it hair.
It was mad. Yeah,
he's got chains, hats, baggiest jeans. It was just like, bro, what the fuck?
So from there you do
it was wild.
From then I was thinking, no, it's just like, where's your head?
But some people said, can't you just wear clothes? You know what I mean? Like, he's wearing clothes.
Rashford would do something like that.
You know what Rashford does better than
most? He does
rap
looks.
No,
he
do you know what Rashford does?
Yeah, he does.
He's kept his head down on the pitch. And he goes through periods where I just call it, they got the grinding haircut on. There's no trim involved, bro. My hair is just here.
Picky. Are we allowed to say picky?
I don't know. But
you can say picky, bro. Fuck this fucking woke world, bro. I'm saying picky. Fucking hell.
Is it not picky because you're picking at it?
Yeah, I don't know what it's meant to be. What's the other meaning?
No, because
bring it, bro. Bring it. It's for the people. Man said allowed. There's no such thing as allowed on for the people. You say what you want.
KSI, what's this?
Oh yeah,
you
KSI
know about this,
doing
bro. Racial slurs.
You know,
what do you acting like you don't know? What's this?
Mate,
what's this?
CJ's created the road.
Yeah, but this was one of the. This was the biggest news.
They look out for each other. You know how it works. These content creators look out for each other, bro. Come on, you just sly one.
Where
did this come from?
Hugh and the Sidemen video coming soon.
Listen, mate.
Oh, by the way,
you're the one that's getting them fucking drinks sent to you.
Do you know? I was with one of them.
Yeah.
I was with one of them not long ago, and they were like,
Forgot
"Hey,
that.
Hugh Wizzy, man, I love him, man. Like, they're big fans. Obviously, you probably know them, but they love you, bro." Are you saying content and the Sidemen video? What's that thing
Mate,
they do?
What
when
are we
they
trying to do? Like racism videos or what? What's happening?
Some of their content.
We've got some controversies to clear up before we go any
need
further.
to tidy this up.
KSI has visited a mosque and apologised again for using a racial slur in a YouTube video. Why is he going to the mosque?
Yeah, it's it feels a bit forced at the moment, if I'm honest.
No, but
I don't know what
what's
you lot
the
think.
mosque? Wait.
Because obviously what you can do is you tie Muslim, the religion,
with
to Pakistan. And
right.
For me, it's a bit messy. If I'm honest,
it's
a bit messy.
Obviously, his PR company.
Did he go to a Sikh temple as well?
Well, that's a good point. I don't know if he did. I haven't heard.
Not that I've heard. This term is used for South Asian, right? So I feel a little bit like, why are the Muslims just just getting all the love?
This is why it's not making sense to me.
I don't know.
There's
some people that have said that him going to a mosque is PR.
Oh, 100%. His PR lady was probably waiting outside of the mosque for him, bro.
I mean, he's had a bit of a nightmare recently.
Bro,
a bit?
Yeah, but it's not... I no offense to them lot, because they're still young and, but surely they have someone that watches their video and clears what they say before it comes out.
You know what, man?
Like, come on, man.
That's the worst thing about this. But I do think, actually, having watched the clip, I'm going to put the clip up now.
Look, we need points in it, all right? I don't mean this maliciously, but the words... I'm sorry. We need points. I definitely didn't run. Guys, come on.
Right.
It's off. They took the video off.
No, it's not off Twitter,
Is
bro.
it?
The internet
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
forget.
The internet never forget.
Further people's got to discuss. I'm sorry, it's an important topic. Something that I've felt strongly about for a while. And you know what? As much as, my association with him and them in general is important to me, I'm not going to be scared out of saying what I think. Cool. And what I think is that it's just fucking wild to me, actually, when you really think about the sort of comedy that has been used over the years and they continue to use. It is like good comedy should, trying to push boundaries. But I really do question the motives and sort of the intellect, the intelligence of using
that's the key, isn't it?
Things like the Negroes for your team name.
Yeah, that's mad. That's
now
crazy.
Look, right? Everyone's up in arms about him using that P word, right? I don't watch his content. I love the guy to death. I think he's a great guy. He's an inspiration and blah, blah, blah. And behind the camera, you're someone else and blah, blah, blah. But on camera, bro, it makes me feel a certain type of way. You consistently throwing out the N-word. I know there's people who don't give a shit and people think it's said in jest or it's not meant like that and da-da-da-da-da. But to me, that makes me uncomfortable.
Why does that make you feel uncomfortable? KSI?
What does KSI stand for, bro? Let me ask you that.
What do you mean? Like, literally his words?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Knowledge. Strength.
Okay.
Integrity. That's what that's supposed to be.
Wow.
Now, take me for a donut for even listening to that or looking at it and taking it seriously. But you're talking to kids. Now, at one stage, we were all fucking donuts. We were kids ourselves. And we used to say stuff, or some of you anyway, because I was never a fucking donut like that. But if you were a donut, and that was in the past, and now you know better, fantastic. But you know what I've seen a few times, bro, is a weakness, an insecurity, where he wants to play up to the people around him.
He's doing it a lot,
and he obviously is keyed in to the fact that to be a rapper, you got to use that word.
Oh, do you think that's why he's
now,
doing
Drake
it?
is part of the problem with that, bro.
That's what I was going to say. I mean, most American rappers, bro.
29 times in one verse.
Yeah, Drake's the worst.
You're not even black, bro. You're mixed.
Let me tell you, this
is nuts.
Do you know what's mad? Yeah, even my missus the other day, we were in the car, we were like, I can't remember what Drake song came on. I think it was Nice for What.
Yeah,
and she was just like, why does he use the word so many times? And I was like, that's and when she asked, she's like, why does he need to do that? And I was like, well, I don't really know, babe. I was like, I don't really know why does he need to do it? I don't know if he needs to do it. You say he's the biggest artist in the world, and we'll come back to KSI. if you're as big as KSI is and you're as big as Drake is in their own respective worlds, do you need to use that term?
No, of course not.
I don't get
I feel
it.
like American rap culture is totally different as well to British rap culture.
So do you think Drake needs to use
like
it?
Drake, I feel like Drake feels like he always needs to fit in.
But
and rap, you could talk about Nas, J. Cole, they always say the N-word, bro. Maybe not as much as Drake because his songs are bigger than theirs, so we're not going to hear it as much. But they use the word.
Jay-Z he don't use it like Drake, though.
You know what?
I
got a mate in New York, and I had this conversation with him a few times because he just uses it.
Does it? He uses it as well, yeah.
Fling it.
Yeah, they do it. Even in talking,
so it's normal, yeah.
To the point where I say, look, are you like? Can you not?
What's going on?
And then he'll double down and go, no, yeah, and just it's like,
bro, there was a song called that. What was it? The YG song.
Man. But what I'll say is, like, if you're a true inspiration, if you're actually gonna like separate yourself from the pack, why not be that guy? If you're really the GOAT, be like, I'm beyond this now. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to fit in anymore. That's what I want to see.
That's part of it because I can put all that behind and think, okay, we can move on with whoever, with whatever. Yeah, I will forgive, but we don't forget. Now, this is not the first time that there's been some sort of controversy about, some sort of race element in KSI's content.
No, it's not.
Yeah. And I don't, again, I don't really have a problem with American rappers because America is just something else. Yeah. It's just so mad. It's contextually way too deep for us to really be able to even say with confidence, you shouldn't say that. But for me, in London, in England, where I grew up, you say that word around here, mate, you're getting fucking clean sparked out.
So do you think
there is no actual common sense to me doing this thing in front of his multicultural, diverse group of friends, and
but that's got a big part of it.
I was going to say this is a big question then. So do you think that because I haven't heard him necessarily casually say it as much, but the context in which this time around it was different because he's using the P word this time, and he said it so loosely and so casually, almost as if to say, I can flippantly say this, who cares?
No,
I need to get points. He said, I need to get points.
I actually don't agree with that.
How do you feel about it?
It was for points, yes.
That's what his words.
It's like, he's sort of, that's what comedians do.
Okay, so you think he was trying to be
people are
funny.
going to jump on me, but that's what he's trying to do. He thinks he's pushing boundaries.
Okay.
Let me just break that barrier and show you how crazy I still am type of thing.
Yeah.
But are you thinking straight?
The intellect is lacking.
Bro,
the intellect is lacking.
Vic Star sat there,
giggling.
That's mad, Chunks and Philly.
It's an L for the whole team.
No. Everyone needs to take a look at themselves. I don't want to hear any fucking stupid apologies as well. But go and take a look at yourself for a second. What are we teaching people about how we think about ourselves?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't like it.
Well, this is it, yeah. If you man said, because I started thinking about this, I was like, if you man said something wild on the pod, let's say to the point where it was like, let's say even you used the term, you went out with like so and so, whatever, P, would I just be sitting there, be like, like, do you know what I mean? Like, no, I'd actually literally be like, raw, bro, you can't say that, bro. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'd actually be like, raw, you can't. And sometimes I feel like we do check each other. Certain times we're like, raw, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but also,
so I think there's intellect involved.
How old is KSI as well?
He's old enough,
he's old
bro.
enough, but
he's old enough, man. And he's old enough.
Yeah, I know. There's no excuse really. To be fair, like I'm trying to play devil's advocate, but there's no way that someone should have pulled him up.
Yeah, no. The fact of the matter is, I get what Hugh's saying.
29 years
bro,
old.
I get.
Bro, he's almost 30s.
Hugh is on 2 months.
That's mad.
The fact of the matter is, he's got to a point where he is so well known and so clear that he literally thinks he can say whatever. And I like whether that's right or wrong. The fact of the matter is, and to be fair, he has still said it, and he's still calm. Like I'm not hearing cancellation. I'm not hearing anyone.
No, he took an extended break from social media and has returned with a video to apologise.
There you go.
And I'm not going to lie, man. Look. He sounds like he's tried to educate himself. Whether or not he's been forced to or not, to me, is irrelevant. If you educate yourself, we move forward, and that's how we progress, right? But I just worry that the way that he's marketed himself over the years is to be this clown that actually encourages people to send him racism. Like, I don't know if you guys are actually watching the content, right? But I've seen clips before where he will trail through stuff that people send him from Reddit or on Reddit, and a lot of the time,
I've heard about
this
yeah,
character which people just sort of, what's the word? They roast. And they roast him in a racially motivated form, and he laughs.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like, no, I'm not.
What is that? Is that something deep down in it?
I respect everything he's done and achieved, but I'll tell you what, this stuff is just another example of, to me, where we're polluting kids' minds with this bullshit, bro. Yeah. We need to be better than this.
Yeah. Facts.
Anyway,
yeah. Also, I feel like we're like something. I just want to say as well, like after last episode talking about Noel Clark like abusing his power, and like you talking about KSI, I think like getting so powerful, thinking he can say whatever he wants. Like, is there something like when you get to a certain level, is there a certain thing you think you can do or say anything? Like, what is that like?
I think with the Noel situation, we've got to be careful not to conflate, because the Noel situation, technically, it's like. Yeah, it's abuse, isn't it? It's abuse. I think it's like, I feel like with KSI, in his head, it's like, oh, I'm saying a joke, but it's harmless. But actually, it's not harmless, because you don't realize who you're affecting and you're impacting, right? With the Noel Clark thing, it's predatory.
In the English language, bro, that you shouldn't say.
Yeah.
There's like four words that you can't say.
Yeah.
I'm saying an F word.
Yeah.
I'm saying the N word, the P word, and maybe a C word.
Well, this is it. So, rhymes with tune, right? Or were you talking about something else?
Oh,
or
I was talking about. There's a few words.
Yeah, there's a few C words. Yeah,
eliminate them from your vocabulary.
I don't know. No, you can say that one, isn't it? The see you next Tuesday one.
The cunt.
Oh yeah. So wait, what C word were you talking about?
See, I was talking about another racially motivated Asian term. The CH. People used to say this when I was at school.
Yeah? Oh, rhymes with think.
Yes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like that.
I
put that in the same category.
Yeah, 100%. You don't say any of these things.
Anybody saying those words, you're done out here. You obviously are ignorant, bigoted, straight up racist.
The reason, would we say the reason why?
I don't need that humour or that type of thing.
So would we say the reason why KSI has not been completely cancelled, Prime, stripped off, all of these things, Arsenal saying goodbye, is because... Because I thought Arsenal, I thought it was at risk, but he's calm. Is because we can put it down to clumsy humour.
Oh,
no, do you mean clumsy humour? It's not predatory. It's not abuse. It's clumsy humour.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. It's like it wasn't meant maliciously, but and that word does exist, and there is comedy which is going to have a racial element, which I am fine with. I am fine with it, but. There's just some stuff that I'm not cool with.
I'm going to tell you something very interesting here. You know, like on those lines, I was in the Isle of Wight over the bank holiday period. I'll tell you something quite mad, actually. So obviously you lot know my missus from the Isle of Wight, as you lot know by now. She's got like 1 million nephews and nieces, like wild family, large family. But we were talking about the KSI incident. And I was like, okay, cool. They were asking me about them, like what I think about it. Because they're like, well, what's wrong? They're like, we don't run the unsell. What's the big deal? Like, how else do you refer? Bless them, they're a bit young and juvenile. But they're like, mad. He just said, Pete, isn't that just short for the country? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, is it? Well, I don't understand. What's the big deal? They didn't get it. They literally didn't get it. And I literally was like, raw. I was like, I actually have to explain to them why it's wrong. I was like, I get what you mean. Obviously, Pakistan is a country, and you might think it's like a shortened version of the country, but there's like deep-rooted connotations to it that you lot need to be aware of. I was like, so they were like, well, what do we use to describe? Because obviously it's Isle of Wight. There's no Asian people. There's no black people. They get one in like maybe every 1,000 people.
They're using that.
They're using it like they literally, because he literally was like, oh, I'm just going to the hacky shop. Yeah, I was like, huh? I was like, whoa. I was like, what do you mean? I was like, no, you can't be saying that.
How old are these kids?
It's like between ranging from like 5 to like 11, 12. One was even 15. I was like, no, bro. I was like, listen, nephew, you can't be saying that, man. I was like, listen, you can't be saying that word. Bro, and he was like, well, what do you say? He's like, well, I don't get it. He looked at me like, well, I don't get it. I was like, no, just like, if you want to generalize and you want to say someone that's from South Asia or Southeast Asia, you just say Asia. You say Asian, the Asian shop. Yeah, I was literally trying to break it down. Now, if you know that they're from India, you say Indian.
Why can't you just go to the shop as opposed to the shop?
I don't know, man, because sometimes, you know, like we know round our bits, it's like off license, isn't it? Like sometimes we say the Indian, like I don't say the Indian shop, the corner shop, yeah, but corner shop, in the Isle of Wight, can you imagine it's a bit different, isn't it? So you don't say the corner shop.
They're saying the Indian shop.
They're not saying the Indian shop. Sadly, they're saying the
they're saying
shop.
The worst
Do you
one
get
shop.
the P shop? So I was like, from now on, if you're going to describe him,
KSI is not helping.
No, he's not helping. He's fucking making it worse. Yeah.
So
fully, they watch all the Simon videos.
A lot of the people are doing sort of racism Olympics. Yeah, but they're saying, but that's not as bad. No,
they're backing KSI. They're like, well, KSI didn't do anything wrong. They're confused. They're like baffled.
That's mad.
And I'm like, if you see someone who's brown who may be from that part of the world, just say Asian. That's very simple. I had to literally break it down. I was like, say Asian, because that way you don't get yourself in a twisted or sticky situation. Yeah. Asian. And Americans won't even say. I don't know what do Americans say.
You know, the funny thing is,
right, next place,
that word is largely in the UK.
That's what I'm saying. Americans won't see anything wrong with it.
It's from, as far as I know anyway, it's from the 60s and 70s.
Yep.
And I know this because my grandma, for a long period in her life, lived in Bethnal Green.
Oh.
And Bethnal Green had a high population of South Asians. It was at one stage sort of the home of like racially motivated attacks on Southeast Asian people especially. And at one stage it was the most heavily policed area in the whole of the UK.
Wow.
Is it?
What, white on Asia?
Because basically what was going on in the 70s was the National Front were here.
Oh, of course it was.
The skinheads. And that's trying to convince everyone that everybody should go home. Yeah. These were part of the this was part of the vocabulary that was used.
So mad.
A lot of people around. My point was, a lot of people from the rest of the world don't know that it is anything more than a shortening of the country's name, because they haven't seen the history that happened in the UK, where these people have suffered. So even to hear that word used by anybody, let alone someone who's not from actual Pakistan, is a fucking insult.
It's mad.
So, there was blatantly uproar.
So for our younger viewers and listeners, what words would we say now are like out of bounds now? So we've got the N word, the P word, the C word. Is there anything else that's missing?
F word, he said.
Yeah, I'll say the F word. You can't say that, bro. Like Eminem used to say that word.
Oh yeah, but but I'm talking about
racially.
Yeah, racially.
Oh, no.
Just from a racial point of view. I think that's pretty.
I don't know the list, but
the
I know
C,
when I hear one.
Yeah, it's tune. Rhymes with tune.
What's the C? I see. No, but do you know what?
No, but the way you're explaining.
Do you know what? Who uses that word the most?
No, black people.
Black people use it a lot. Black people use it. But bro, we are our own worst enemies. We use the N word and the Z word to each other. But see, if a white person was calling a black person the Z, that's mad, right? That's mad. It just.
Oh, man.
Do you get it?
Yeah, I got a question for you. Like, how do you lot feel when white people use the N word in movies?
Huh?
Oh, what movies? What?
No, which movies
are
that's
not a thing. That's not a thing, bro.
Like 12 Years a Slave. They
reenact. Yeah, that's
calm.
The Leonardo DiCaprio scene when he's...
You calm with that?
Yeah, of course, because it's movie.
So on set, man's shouting out N-words.
100%.
You're calm.
For a period of time, apparently, Leo was saying, I can't say the word.
Oh, wow.
I actually can't get it out.
Wow.
And then I think it's either Samuel L. Jackson or Jamie Foxx who said to him, listen, mate, you've got a job to do here. And then from that moment, it was almost like he was like, oh, okay, I've got the pass.
Yeah. Okay,
He went back to his little cabin.
Yeah.
And the next day, when he came out, he was that person. That's what they said. Man. He became that person. He started looking down at us. When he spoke, he was spitting on us.
Nah.
He's saying the word with pure venom, and he's just
Well, that's your point, isn't it? That's the point you're making.
He got one little approval and said,
one card.
Okay. You know what? We're freeing a lot now, yeah, and I like it because this is the energy of the podcast. But do you think there's people that we know, because we all know white people, we've got white friends, we've got white families, some of us, when we are not in the room,
that they're saying the word?
Look at us,
do you know what?
Think about our friends.
Think about it, bro. Think about It's deep. It's deep. This is it's a very uncomfortable conversation. It's an uncomfortable conversation. Do you think when we are not in the room, we know white people that may hang out with other white people where a song comes up or context comes up where they're like, oh yeah, N-word.
I'll be real. Me personally, no.
Are you sure?
A lot of my friends, white friends, are from pretty diverse parts of London. They've been raised same way I have. They've got morals of respect.
So that song Drake, Nice for What?
Yeah, they'll cut.
Just you sure?
Oh, no. Let me just say this. You see, I think that's part of the problem, right? Because what we're doing is subconsciously, even you are feeding that into people's psyche. So your mate might be able to, your bird especially, because birds, they're the best at this. They know all the lyrics to the songs, bro, but they're suddenly cutting out that bit, or they've got a new word.
You have a problem with that?
No, it's not that I've got a problem with it. It's that it's a choice, and by it being a choice, it means you're having to process that thought that to get to where you're going, which means all of this is in your head. We can't get away from it now because your mate, Drizzy, is doing up fucking 59 times a verse.
100%. It's ingrained.
How are these girls playing the music? Do they turn it down at that stage, or is it still blasting out of the car with the top down?
Blasting, bro.
Mad. To me, it's crazy. I can't believe that people are stupid enough to not be pointing the fingers at record label bosses. It's a disgrace.
Oh yeah,
that's probably something that will come.
The record
soon,
label, you know, that's true. They
see the uproar that they've got over KSI.
Yeah,
where's the uproar for Drizzy's manager? That's not teaching people anything, bro. Apart from, I don't know, ignorance and fucking backwards.
It's true, you know. If the record labels were the ones to say, if they actually were like, no, we're not signing this off.
But the record label bosses, who are they?
The big bosses, isn't it?
But who are they?
We don't want to list them.
Names, bro, names.
I want names.
Could we hold them accountable though? Do you know what I mean?
No, because they're making too much. You can hold them accountable, but they're making too much money to care about that, bro. And people are at the concert singing them words, so they're looking like,
of course, because that's what you're giving them. If you told them to sing fucking,
well, then
the bin is on fire.
They're still gonna make money, then, bro. They're still gonna make peace. But I agree. I don't think there is any need to be saying them words in songs.
Let me ask you this.
I've gone my career without swearing and putting like them words, N words, anything in my songs, bro.
What about this then, yeah? Let's say 2023, Drake releases a new album. He's got another 25 enhancements, audioed up, reverbed up, beautiful echo on the N words, real cadence on those words. Let's just say that we transform that Drake track into a sort of lyrically what Eminem did with the F word in 2023. Is that going to run? Are those record label bosses putting that track out?
What if that word became like
the F word?
Yeah.
Oh.
You think it would still run?
I think if it's Drake, it would. Yeah.
So Drake's allowed to. This is nuts.
It's how the music industry works, bro.
What if Drake started using the F word? You're saying?
No, the N word.
No, the F word. He's already using the N word.
No, he's
I thought he said if the N word gets into like
he said if Drake uses the F word
category where you can't even say
if Drake releases a track.
Oh, and he's saying the F word. No, bro.
No, I was gonna say
that's not getting released.
To be fair, no. It's not. Yeah.
Because and Drake is smart enough to shut that down.
So they've shut that down. It's mad.
So it's interesting, isn't it?
So interesting. There's not enough. I think the reason is there's not enough outcry on the N words. There's way more outcry on the F words.
Why is that? It's because you lot are happy to go around singing it.
We're promoting it ourselves.
You think
it's sad, bro.
But not even just us, bro. It's like it goes deeper. It's American culture. We love American culture as well, bro.
And that is the time from KSI. Right?
Yeah.
I reckon he's just super influenced.
He is, and he even admits it as well. I thought. Do you know what I would say? I thought he was smarter than maybe what I gave him credit for, because I'm like
super smart, bro. You can't be that successful.
But that's what I'm trying to say. But is he not socially smart then? Do you get what? Maybe there's different types of intelligence.
I don't think it's that, bro. I think it's that people have been completely unaware that he's actually based a lot, if not the fucking majority of his content on this type of thing.
It's all come home to roost now. This is just the first time
you've heard of it.
Yeah, got you.
They're saying all kinds of stuff on these shows, bro.
Yeah, slightly.
They might not mean anything with malicious intent, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But they say mad stuff.
I think
mad stuff goes down.
I'm having flashbacks because when I did watch his documentary on Amazon Prime. Was it Amazon Prime or YouTube?
It was Amazon Prime.
And I remember he was saying like, he was showing snippets of him like reading out some of the comments. I was like, Raw, they're actually going in on him, and he's just laughing at it.
Listen to this, yeah.
I was like, what is this? I didn't realise that's how he does his thing.
He's got very thick skin.
Yeah, he has, yeah.
And it's part of, again, his sort of character that he's moulded to be able to just accept that willingly.
Yeah. Is that how he's got to where he is?
It's part of it, for sure.
Right,
Babatunde.
right. Yeah.
Babatunde, the character. Bro, some of the memes are wild. To me, it's like, what is going on in this fucking people's heads? Kids to be sending that into him for a giggle.
This is mad,
bro. I've been called a couple things on Twitter, and that made me not go on Twitter enough for like a month.
Yeah. Whereas he's just embracing it, soaking it all up.
But that's not good for you, bro. That can mess you up, man.
Maybe he is a bit messed up. Maybe we just don't know. Like, do you know what I mean?
I mean, it's interesting, right? The video that he's released today where he's apologising.
Yeah. Is it today it come out?
Yeah.
I need to watch that.
It looks sincere.
Okay.
But, you know, he does say, one of the things he says is like, I just haven't stopped.
Stop what?
Everything. I just keep doing this. I got new project. I got Prime.
Yeah, and he's true. He's right.
I got this. I got that. You need to slow down.
He's gonna have a breakdown.
Slow down.
He's gonna have a
look at what
breakdown.
you're doing.
It's bait. He's gonna have a breakdown.
Because you've got the potential, all the hallmarks to be a great man, a great inspiration.
Yeah.
But honestly, bro, don't let it slip, because they will bring you fucking crushing down, swiftly. One more P word, you're done at it.
You say he's got one more chance,
bro. He's got 40 million chances, because when you got that much money,
let me ask you a question, just quickly, because I know we're probably gonna switch topics soon. But what's his name? What's the Geordie guy? Geordie YouTuber? True Geordie, yeah. Didn't he say something recently?
He got
a year ago.
didn't it?
Do you remember last year he said something and he was in trouble? He was in hot water.
He was on our break.
God.
I can't remember what he said. He said something
about, was it Andrew Tate?
No, it wasn't Andrew Tate. It wasn't Andrew Tate. It was something to do with religion. It wasn't. It was religion. But
no, listen to me. I'm telling you. Run the clip.
There's not many people in the world I have a personal beef with. I've had some internet beefs back and forth. There's very few people I personally dislike. One of them is True Geordie. Anyone who's followed me long enough understands why. He's a very insulting, fat, vulgar. He's a dickhead. He's an unlikable person. He's not very smart. He's stupid. He has his little girlfriend who sits next to him. And they did a video about me long ago where they were insulting a bunch of women who worked for me, calling them horrible names. He made full-grown women cry. I replied and said that's a horrible thing to do and he should apologize. He refused to apologize because he was full of hate. Turns out the man was full of hate because he ended up begging for dildos off of a woman. The screenshots were leaked of him begging for dildos, begging to suck on them, begging to be cheated on because he likes to be dominated by females. He sits there, fat. That's why he eats so much, to try and pretend he's bigger than he is. He sits there fat, trying to convince the world it's muscle and that he's a tough guy. But truthfully, he begs to be dominated by females. So this person is genuinely a piece of shit. And now, after me converting to Islam, he made a piece on one of his podcasts saying that I'm not true in my conversion, and then insulted all Muslims. Then that Muslims blow themselves up, and that I should go blow myself up. We should all blow ourselves up, making fucking racist comments about an entire religion, as if that's somehow funny. Let me tell you something, my friend, and if True Geordie, if you're watching this, this is a message directly to you. There are certain times in life you need to know when to shut the fuck up. There are certain things which are not funny. Certain things are not beyond reprisal. You don't sit and insult a man's religion. Just like you don't insult a man's entire company and the people who work for him. That's one thing. But to insult my religion and the religion of billions of people across the fucking planet, making ignorant jokes about fucking blowing ourselves up, thinking that's going to go without consequence, you're going to learn very quickly, my friend, that was a mistake.
Yeah, okay. But he, people.
Which again, you're on blast now.
Yeah.
Muslims everywhere.
That's it.
Muslims, Islam, it's like brotherhood.
That's it.
If one Don is in trouble,
we're coming.
All there.
We're together.
And that's exactly what happened.
But True Geordie picked it back up, didn't he? Well, I don't.
I ain't seen his face ever since.
I saw he did an interview, a podcast with the two most sort of notorious faces from the Islam community on YouTube.
There you go, look.
And one of them, he's a big Don. And if he does a video about you, you're over. It's finished potentially anyway. Because he goes in. And again, once I have said that this is the Muslim stance, bro, everyone runs. We're all jumping. Yeah?
So did he do a video about True Geordie?
Doing videos. They're both doing videos. Everyone, bro, the whole Muslim community on YouTube did a video about it. Come on.
So True Geordie. Well,
I ain't seen
we don't know. But I'm just saying, because what I'm trying to say is, can you pick it back up after? I don't know. This is a strange
he's had to
time.
change shit, I'm sure. I don't know. But from what I can see, they've had to change faces because people, I guess, didn't want to be associated or didn't want to be next to him. But again, I'm guessing and just going off what I've seen. What I've seen is there's a breakaway show that's happened. People who were on the kickoff have now started their own after this comment. And I'm just putting two and two together.
This is mad.
But, you know, Lawrence, who's True Geordie's sidekick, his partner's Muslim.
Yeah, I saw the video.
So
that's what
I saw the video of
confusing.
them two done, and one of them was crying in the video after.
Well, look, you know, we're saying about like the reaction of like other people in that KSI video.
Yeah.
People were pulling him up for not saying like,
Right, like what are you doing?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So, but you know, again, I think I have to say this, that as much as it shows a level of ignorance, a lack of tact, like I would say
is a good word.
that it was comedy. He was trying to be funny.
This is
It's
the
a shit
problem,
joke.
innit? This
that's
is the
not
problem.
funny,
And
innit?
your
man.
mate
You
is
can't do that. Man.
he did actually try and pull him up on it,
Yeah.
and I feel sorry for Lawrence in a way because his whole life has become cleaning up after what he says, constantly making fucking mad joke after mad joke, and his job is basically, look, I'm just letting you know I'm rational thinking and I don't think like that. But I don't think cancellation is a thing for people when they get too far clear, bro.
I think that's what this
I
is.
really don't.
Well, this is it. This is the point I was getting to.
I mean,
like KSI now, but no Clark. I think
Clark
in the
is-
world
listen, bro.
it's different.
Noel
though.
Clark is not cancelled. He's done
oh.
3 podcasts in the last
Oh.
fucking 2 weeks. He's got 4 shows on Amazon. Yeah.
Oh.
You can download fucking any type of content you want from Noel Clark.
No, I think
He's
Noel Clark-
tweeting on a daily basis.
I think Noel Clark's cancelled, bro.
No, he's not cancelled.
I think he's gonna
Bro,
struggle
do
to
you know
release
what
another
cancelled
movie.
is?
Yeah.
Cancelled is where you get banned off YouTube, banned off Instagram,
Oh, true.
banned off Facebook,
Oh,
like,
Wiley.
like Mason Greenwood.
banned off Twitter.
Like
Wiley.
Mason Greenwood.
Wiley is cancelled.
Mason Greenwood.
Wiley is the only person.
Wiley is
Mason
cancelled.
Greenwood.
Mason
No.
Greenwood.
Is he
What?
off
No,
Twitter?
no, hold on. Andrew Tate
Oh
is
yeah.
cancelled.
No, he's not. He's still on Twitter tweeting.
Oh no,
He
he's
came back.
now.
He
Is
came
that
back.
we?
Yeah.
I thought we'd established this already. It's not him. Who is that Twitter account?
Yeah, I don't think it's him.
He was tweeting from
It's
that account while
AI.
he was in
It's
jail.
AI, bro.
Okay,
AI is
okay.
tweeting.
Let's talk about Andrew Tate briefly.
Go on.
Fresh Home.
Oh yeah, it's
Come
fresh
on.
home, yeah. But what? And he's come. He released
Well,
a video
on house arrest. On house arrest.
on house arrest. But
Yeah.
he's dropping YouTube videos. He's getting the
Is
views.
he?
He's
What?
getting the hits.
He's dropping YouTube
Where's the
I
videos.
swear,
YouTube
what was that
videos?
streaming one that he did when he came back?
I ain't
I
seen
swear there
that
was.
one yet.
Oh, I
Am I
haven't
going
seen
mad?
anything like that. No.
I ain't
I
seen
swear,
that.
as soon as he came out, he dropped a video.
I think that would have gone viral if it was
So
a
what
new
was that?
one.
link
I don't
that
think
he
it was a
said?
new
Oh, was that
one.
old one?
Yeah.
Anyway,
old
look,
content.
how are you
Oh.
feeling about all this now? Because we've,
Bro, the G's
I-
home, man.
Bro,
The top G's
The
home.
top G's
My
home,
my
bro.
whole thing is,
You've never
personally,
liked Andrew,
I've never really liked Andrew Tate.
the top
I think
G,
it
bro.
is an interesting experiment to see someone come from cancellation to uncancellation. So I'm very intrigued to see
But
what he
when was
does
he
next.
really cancelled though?
Well, when he got taken off everything.
No, he got arrested and that, but that's
Yeah, but
police
all-
and government
yeah,
stuff.
but
I mean,
but
was he ever cancelled by the people? Do you get it?
I didn't really like the reports that he was. Look, to be honest, I've always said I didn't like the fact that he's got a preference for. He might say it's a throwaway comment. My whole thing was he says that go for 18, 19-year-olds. You can mold them because they got less baggage. I was like,
But sorry,
not really my
sorry,
guy.
sorry,
but I get
sorry,
it.
sorry,
I get it.
sorry,
I get it. Not my guy.
I don't want to fucking pull this podcast up, and I might just clip this out because it might get a bit mad. But
Yeah.
Tracksuit sat here fucking months ago saying exactly the fucking same thing. He said that's how he found his fucking wife, mate. Am I not
It's
mistaken?
true. It's true. Tracksuit.
Do you know what's mad? What he's saying, a lot of guys think. So I can't fault him for that.
Leo
But
DiCaprio does exactly that, but just don't say it.
Exactly. But my thing was always that it's not for me. Should you be cancelled for that? Absolutely not. We know that some people say, "Oh, okay," but what are these allegations of? What is it like? The ring that he was running behind scenes, where he's like fucking got like a
like a pimp
prostitution,
kind of
yeah,
thing.
like a pimp thing, right?
But bro,
I don't really know about
Right.
the ins and
okay.
outs of that,
Well,
but that's where it
go on,
sounds a
do
bit
something.
mad.
Nah, I was gonna say.
But he's just not my leader.
Go on, come
Don't
on,
say what
man.
you say, bro.
I
Oh, here
was
we go.
gonna
Look
say-
at that
I was gonna say,
PR alert, PR alert.
Yeah,
I'm
we need
just
a
saying he's
PR
not
alert.
my
Signal.
leader because he's not
he's a
my.
pimp.
No,
But
because he's a pimp.
people
but it's 'cause-
glorify pimp stuff in America, like. Do you get it?
That's fair.
I'm
That's
saying
fair.
like I've watched videos on Andrew Tate, yeah, and he does say some things.
You
that-
were a big
that-
fan.
No, not a big fan. Trax is
You
a
were,
big fan.
you were because you started sending the videos
No,
first.
I actually found a
You-
video. I found a video of him about 2-3 years ago, and it was him in
the car.
Bugatti.
Yeah, I remember you
But
saying
he
that
was
some
giving
time.
out gems on like how to
Okay.
make peas and business moves. I really respected it because the way he was talking was like proper knowledgeable.
Okay.
The next time I see him, everyone's posting about little clips that he's saying, little interviews. I never watched them other interviews, but I clocked from the clips, people are just dragging bits.
Yeah.
I feel like if you watch a full clip on him, you can find gems in there, bro. Of course, he's gonna say a few outlandish things that gets attention, because especially after people started feeding off it, I feel like he done it even more. But I'm saying the first initial thing I got of him, I thought this guy is cold.
Yeah.
You get me?
Has he bust case now? Then is he completely free?
Well,
all charges dropped.
Just before that, where are you now? Where do you stand? Are you
I don't really know, to be honest.
Are you back in the what's it called? Is it the Hustlers University?
I was never part of the Hustlers University.
You're
ever.
not part of that.
I don't really know how. I think he's clearly a smart guy, and there's a lot about him that I do like. Yeah, I'm gonna put that out there. I like the fact that he's trying to empower young people, this lost generation of boys who are very misguided and don't know what to do. I like that bit.
Yeah.
The bit I don't like is the way he goes about some of the terminology he's using. But then I also accept that these are snippets, and if you watch a whole video and interview of him, that's not actually what he's saying, and sometimes it's misconstrued. So I don't really know how I feel. He's not my leader, because personally, if I was in his position, I'll be using my platform to do things in a slightly different way, but with the same goal.
Yeah.
But I just think he could probably do it better. But that's my personal opinion. There's some stands. He's got some stands out there.
Yeah.
I'm not an Andrew Tate stan.
Yeah. I don't
I'm not
think
a
people
stan.
should take him as like he's your leader. Like
a lot of people do.
Yeah,
though.
I know, but that's just silly. I feel like maybe they are lost. Then you got to take everyone with little bits that you want to take from them, and that's it. Keep it moving.
Oh, do you think that he says, right, this is actually important, just on this note, do you think he says certain things for effect and for viral effect
100%.
to get things
Especially
out there,
now,
spreadable? Okay.
Bro, of course, bro.
Yeah. Do you think that as well?
Yeah, 100%. I just want to preface this by saying Andrew Tate, British US citizen with 6 million Twitter followers, is currently under house arrest in Romania, where police are investigating suspected human trafficking, rape and sexual exploitation of women there. Today, breaking news is that...
What? I might have to take some comments back. What's the breaking? What's the breaking news?
He's a troll.
Huh?
He's a troll. He's a troll. Oh.
The breaking news is...
He's done you dirty, bro. He stitched you right up.
Wait.
He stitched you up.
3 women in the UK are planning to sue Andrew Tate for damages over allegations he raped and abused them.
Oh my God. It's not looking good, bro. It's not looking good.
That's
Your boy, yeah.
Nah, it's not my boy.
That's
It's
your
not
boy.
my
That's your
Hold on.
You said pimp
The
behavior
women.
is all right.
No, I didn't say it was alright.
You said
I
it.
did say
You
I said
in
people
America it's
accept it
okay.
in America. People glorify
Oh.
it. There's
Oh.
films called Pimp
Oh, is that all right?
Pimp
then?
My Ride and you
Oh,
know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Is
Shows and that.
Is that calm? Is that calm? Oh, okay. Is that calm then?
Nah, but why are
Take
they
it
suing?
easy,
Though? Why do you
man.
sue with rape? That's mad. How do you sue a rape allegation?
It's not great though, is it?
3
It's
women
not
in the
great.
UK are planning to sue Andrew Tate for damages over allegations he raped and abused them. The women, aged in their late 30s and 20s, worked as webcam models for Andrew in Luton, from 2013 onwards, and claimed they were abused, poorly paid, and threatened to try to stop them going to the police. Hertfordshire police had been investigating the women's allegations in 2015 and arrested Tate 3 times on suspicion of raping 2 women and assaulting a third. The case was abandoned 4 years later with no further action. The force has apologised for delays in the investigation. Tate has denied the accusations and said, through his legal team, they just wanted money because I fired them.
So the charges the allegations keep on coming.
Mate,
so he gets let out, and then there's another set.
Well, now it's gone. Romania is one thing. And
Yeah.
he's been inside basically
Yeah.
for what I think is about 4 months.
Right, yeah.
It's basically Christmas, right?
Mm.
At home on house arrest now, new accusations, or at least re-emerging, resurfacing old allegations.
Yeah.
And 3 UK claimants, which is going to mean even if he is let out of Romania, he may well have an issue getting back into the country without being arrested again.
So
there are people out there that are saying that's why he left the country. So that he
it
could
makes
sort
sense,
of,
doesn't it?
carry on.
Oh, he was living in Dubai, innit? It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking
Do you think
good.
there's any smoke without fire though? You know what I mean? Like it all seems too.
Even when
much,
he does seem though. Like, I'm not just saying this now. Like, he has got dodgy things going on. Do you get it? Like, just his attitude, the way he talks. Yeah, the swords in his yard. Like, you can tell.
Living room's just got 4 swords and a couple AKs.
Yeah. You can tell this guy's living a different kind of life. Yeah. I'm talking about the way he talks, the knowledge he's given us on pods.
Yeah.
All right. If he's done these allegations, he gets thrown in the jail. Yeah. Simple.
I think that's the problem, isn't it? He is clearly a very intelligent man.
Yeah.
He's been brought up by, what I would consider to be an elite mind in his father.
Yeah, fact.
And there are things about him which are very admirable. At least he portrays a mind state which I think most young men would love to be able to commit to. Yeah. If only so that they can see the things that he has been successful in acquiring.
This is
you don't get to drive Bugattis without having done something right or something fucking illegal.
Well, this is it, man. This is it, and it just makes you think, like, the way he's built his profile and who he is, like, you probably can't get the good without the bad when it comes to Andrew Tate. Like, the bits that we actually, let's say we like and respect him for, he probably has got there through the bits that we probably don't like.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
And that's mad, isn't it? When you deep it, that's mad.
Life as well, man. Yeah. Hardship does create character. I do believe that. Yeah. And to suffer really can make you as a man. It can build your character to where you can achieve great things or undergo real sacrifice, which I think is necessary for you to be successful. Not everyone in 2023 wants to sacrifice anything.
And bro, to be fair, I'm not even just talking about the hardship aspect. I'm talking about, like, if he is actually doing things where you're like, no, you've probably crossed the line there a little bit, just in terms of, like, behavior to women, whatever it might be. There might, on the one hand, you could say, nah, he's being assertive and dominant. But then if you cross that line a little bit too much, then suddenly it's like, no, you're actually aggressive and abusive. And I think he toes that line. And I think that's the problem, because obviously where he is now, very successful, got a lot of charisma, but I think sometimes he's obviously crossed that. We won't see it, but that's why there's these allegations. And it's like, let's be real, like, there's no smoke without fire. Like, he's probably done some of the I think he probably has done, but I think in his mind, he's probably thinking, no, I've just been a man. I've been a real man. I've not done anything wrong. And that's where it's a problem, because I think you probably could call it, but he don't really see it. Like, he's not really seeing it.
Well, at least
it's an issue.
He's telling us he's not seeing it. I think he himself, in the content that he was putting out, there was one podcast in particular, I only caught a little bit of it, but first thing was, I couldn't really believe who he was doing podcasts with. That I found fascinating, because much like the Noel Clark situation, why are you choosing to spread your voice so far and wide? Why are you choosing to be on every single platform? It's because you want to be heard. You want people to hear what you've got to say, right? And what he was saying to me indicated that he was aware that there was a threat coming.
Oh, okay.
I really felt that. And it was before he got arrested.
So
I just remember thinking, everything is not all right. That's what's going on.
So it wasn't just narcissism.
I mean, I think he is a narcissist.
100%.
Right?
100%.
But again, I would suggest that is much like KSI. It's a character. Not all of that is who he is. The thing is, all of this sort of positive stuff that we're talking about, and I really do feel like there is a real need for inspiring role models for young men who have slightly more, let's say, thickness of skin to them than some that are out there today, because I do think that's required in a fucking hard world. People have been clamouring for that so much that they've attached themselves to this guy who's questionable at best, because these accusations, like you say, no smoke without fire, bro, it's sounding mad. It's got to the point now where I don't watch anything. I don't want it on my timeline. I don't want my algorithm knowing that I'm associated with it. I'm a strong-minded man anyway. I was fascinated with the whole thing as it unfolded, but now it's like there is clearly nut stuff going on. Let's get that out. Let's clean out. So
I don't know. Do you reckon he's gonna go back in, or what? You think he's done it?
I don't know if he'll go back in, but I think it's going to be very hard for him to build the same level of like following, attention, viral content that he was in before. I think it'll be very tricky.
Whilst we're doing that, it's like it's sort of cancellation again, right?
Yeah.
But it's like what he's been accused of is a little bit similar to, except in a much more major way, what Mason Greenwood has been experiencing.
Yeah.
You know, the nationwide cancellation, sponsorships getting cut left, right and centre. You can't come outside, courts and trials. And I mean, there are still, though, people who will have him back because he's a top striker.
Oh, yeah, what, Mason Greenwood?
You save you £100 million in the market.
Mad. It's so mad. Like,
are they going to be able to convince people that that is the best thing for the club?
I think with Mason Greenwood, like obviously with United, there's this situation about the new owners coming in and they will have the final say. Let's be honest, like they will have a say on like whether Mason should be in United playing next season. I think for United, the damage it's going to do if he were to come back. I also think Ten Hag is a very smart coach. He'll see the team spirit at the moment. I think there's a lot of players in the club right now that don't want Mason Greenwood back. In fact, I know that because obviously I'm a United fan. I can see players that have unfollowed him on Instagram. I'll give you an example. Rashford don't fuck with Mason.
Followed him back.
Rashford, no, isn't he just unfollowed Mason Greenwood? Rashford's
PR team.
Rashford. Put it this way,
mate,
Rashford.
If you say boo to Rashford, he's got a 4-page statement already.
Bro, Rashford has disowned Mason Greenwood.
Wow,
he's disowned him, bro.
Do you remember there was that moment where he like posted a picture?
Oh, you got a good memory. If you're gonna say what I think you're gonna say,
like, of him and his girlfriend.
Oh, you remember, bro? You actually remember? Literally the day after,
I'm looking after mine,
bro. You remember? Yeah, mate, that wasn't a coincidence. That was not a coincidence, bro.
I know.
That wasn't a coincidence, right? Yeah. So I'm saying like, Rashford's a golden boy United for Mason Greenwood to come back.
I said I'm looking after mine.
Brother, do you think if Rashford's a golden boy United, Mason Greenwood's just walking back into the team?
Soon.
It don't work like that, bro. Rashford says no Mason Greenwood.
So is Mason Greenwood done at it?
He's done at United. He's done at United.
But someone else will take it.
Yeah, maybe someone Turkey play with Dele Alli.
Oh, they
stress.
I mean, Mason Greenwood is also having a child, about to be a dad, with the woman who he was accused of going to trial for.
So wild.
The whole situation.
So is that trial not going on now?
Cancelled.
Is it?
Witnesses backed out.
But you speak to some women,
which again sounds a bit mad, especially when one of those who would have been questioned would have been her dad.
Yeah.
Who, from the message that he'd sent, sounded like. It was just a very, very confusing situation, and I wondered which side of the fence he was supposed to be on.
It's like it smacked of, oh no, listen, we know that we've just dropped the bag here. Like Mason Greenwood's got the money, he's got the golden ticket. Let's just make sure we keep that relationship there. It was odd, bro. Your daughter's just been abused. Do you not care?
But anyway, we move from childish situations to situations about children. Would you adopt a baby? CJ, is this something that's been on your mind?
This is a great deal. Can I just say that segue was outstanding?
All the segues have been good.
I could see where it was going, but I was just trying to work out.
I thought it was going somewhere else.
No, I could see straight away. Okay. It was fantastic.
Right.
No, I was just thinking about this the other day because I was like, when you get to a point where, mid-30s.
You're thinking about this?
No, 100%. It crossed my mind. Not serious thought, but it crossed my mind. I was like, I'm in my late 30s, mid-30s to be exact, actually.
Don't put late on your name.
35, still mid.
It's mid, bro.
But I was like, Miss is obviously mid-late, you could probably say. 30s.
Why are you throwing her under the bus like that?
No, I don't care. I've got nothing to hide, bro.
Man's like late.
I've got nothing to hide. You start thinking about clocks, all them things there. Yeah. And I was like, it's interesting. Because I was like, if adoption was actually
on
the option as a card, like basically the something that we had to kind of say, all right, look, listen, you can't have kids naturally anymore, let's adopt. How do you feel about adopting? If she said it to me and stuff. And I was like,
did she say that?
No, I'm just saying hypothetically.
Have you spoken about it?
We've spoken about it before. She's always said she'd be up for it.
Okay.
And I've always been like this proud Nigerian, African, South London man that's like, no, I want my genes, my genetics. And I started thinking about it recently. I was like, I don't know whether I'm getting old. I don't know whether it's wisdom in old age, but I was like, I don't think I'll be against it as much as I was before. And then I was like, but I still would love my genes. But then I was like, maybe the best perfect scenario would be to have both. have one of your natural if possible.
Yeah.
And then I think I'd still be up for adopting. I think the idea of like, it's the same principle of father and a child, isn't it? Like I guess if they're a baby, that's the key. I wouldn't want to necessarily adopt a child, a grown child.
So it'll be from a baby.
Yeah. But one thing I will say though, my dad always said to me a long time ago, he's like, never take in another man's child. And I remember thinking, why is he? It's like never taking. And I remember thinking, that's wild. That's a wild statement.
So your dad is just anti-adoption.
Well, I didn't really probe details, but it was just never taking another man's child. Yeah. But I think if I go back and ask him what he meant, I think what he meant was there's a whole lot of baggage that comes with that. Maybe when they get older, maybe it's the whole, no, I want to know who my real parents are. You're not my real dad. Do you know what I mean?
That's the only thing.
I can't think of what else it would be. But when it still lives in my head, I was like, so that's the only thing. On the one hand, I'm like, it'd be beautiful to father someone who actually needs a proper father and a proper family. Yeah. I think that'll be a beautiful thing, especially if you see them come from nothing, from this little small bundle of joy into an actual being. But then will they turn 10 years down the line?
My thing would be exactly what your dad said, really. Like,
is it?
Yeah, because eventually they're going to get like inquisitive and start asking questions about their...
But can't you manage that inquisitive behaviour?
How?
What do you mean manage it? Like
is it like
their questions?
Not control, but give good answers and then let them decide, well, actually, I've gone out and done some research, but I love you, Dad. You're actually my real dad.
Yeah, but say it doesn't go that way, and then they're like, you know what? I found my real dad. You've done your job now. You've done a lot.
That's peak.
That will break your heart, bro. After 18 years. What?
That's peak.
You get it?
That is actually quite peak. That's
so
actually
complex.
It's so complex.
You've
so
got,
complex.
All sorts of potential logistic problems along the way, whether it's the expense in actually getting it sorted in the first place, the legality. You might have like the actual parents fighting against you to take the kid. You might have a kid that is a little brat that doesn't actually warm to you ever. You might have a kid that is never really going to love you, and might have a kid that one day from as early as 8 works out that you're not my real dad, and from that moment never respects you in the same way. And never treats you.
There's quite a few cons over
There's
the
quite a few cons.
Listen, right? You know what I think about when I think about adoption, right? I think about this. I think it takes a very, very special type of man. Yeah. Very mature, very selfless, very giving. You would have to be wise beyond your years, and you'd have to also be able to accept that all of those things might happen. As in, he might not want to know you. He might wake up one day and go like, you're done.
Yeah.
I don't need you.
Oh, there's one more thing to add. It costs about 12k on average to adopt
That's
in the UK.
That's not bad though.
Oh,
it's not great though.
I thought
is it good
to have a
12K?
child?
Do you know what? That's cheaper.
It's not cheap though.
That's cheaper than IVF. It's like the 20.
Yeah.
Is it 20
bags? Sometimes.
No, it's not.
You got to
20.
keep going each time you get it done. If it doesn't happen, then you got to pay another one.
Yeah, so I think it's about 8 bags.
You mean rounds?
Each time. So let's say you go 4 times.
Huh? Four times
you can adopt 2 kids.
It's not each time.
I think it is. How much is it each time?
Oh, you mean the research?
What's his name? Nick
Cannon.
Oh,
yeah.
He's got 12 kids.
Yeah.
So basically, what you're saying is to be able to adopt, you're going to be raising another man's.
Well, that's what my dad was saying. That's what my dad was saying.
The results of your other fucking man's sprees.
Yeah,
that's what puts me off. Going on 2-week sprees.
Yeah.
And they're dropping kids off at the adoption service for me to pick up.
Sprees.
Now look, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm exactly the same place as you.
Oh,
if I could have my own kids and I could afford to help someone else's life that didn't have anyone, I'd love to do that.
I think that would be beautiful. Honestly, I'm at that point in my life where I'm like, obviously, look, costs are costs, innit? Like, let's be real. We're saying 8k for IVF or whatever. I think if you said to me right now, you can have 2 kids, doesn't matter how you have them, how they come into the world, I would actually say natural and I actually would.
Do you know what? That's so fucking CJ.
I swear to you, I would, because I'm different from the pack. I've always been different, bro. I've always been different from. I don't know if I take pride in being different, but I don't like if when everyone goes right, I go left. I've always been like that.
That's good, man.
So
we need that in the world because there's a lot of kids that are fatherless, that are parentless.
Would you adopt mixed race child?
Yeah.
Or would it be because Angelina does the
it's an interesting one.
I mean, obviously it's not always about race, but I'm saying
no, I know what you're saying. It's a valid thing because obviously white wife, so mixed race family potentially. I think I possibly would, but I definitely would not rule out just a black.
Yeah, you know what? I don't like that idea, man.
Do you not?
In an ideal world, right, it makes it easier for the kid growing up.
Yeah.
Because in her head, it would be like, I don't have too much to think about.
Yeah.
But we could also be we're just lying to her from the get-go. Oh, look, pretend that you fit in. Whereas actually, are we doing more damage by doing that? And also, are we doing more damage by not just saying, do you know what? You need a home, so I'll take you whoever you are. Doesn't matter whether you're mixed, what colour you are, yeah?
Yeah,
I'm taking you because you need a home.
No, like I said, I wouldn't rule out the idea of I think if I were to do that,
there's probably
I would prefer to do
study on that, man.
Maybe.
But Madonna and Angelina, you know what I'm saying? They were going opposite.
Yeah, they got one
Chinese,
from every continent.
black.
Oh, is it?
They have.
Angelina Jolie's got all
every literally every country, 100%. He's right. It's right.
Her thing was I just want to help children who ain't got out.
Yeah, and to be fair, she was lauded for it. She was praised for it. But then did people switch it and say, no, actually, it's becoming like an accessory now? Like, what is she doing?
I think she gets stick for it now.
She got stick for it, which is harsh.
The idea, I have to say this, of people, I don't know whether Madonna's the best example, but she's the only one I can think of. They sort of have this image of going over to Africa,
white savior, right, kind of thing.
Saving a baby.
White savior.
Mate, you're not saving anyone. Just give us your fucking money.
Then
you can fucking save us. Stealing our kids. What are you talking about? So I can give her a bit. I wasn't into that. I'm not into that.
I hear that. No, I hear that. But that's why I say, like, if you're gonna adopt and you've got a white wife, imagine her just walking around with a black kid.
Oh.
You get it?
Oh, but Madonna's got like 8.
That's long, bro.
Mate, I'm putting the picture
I'm not gonna lie, that's
now.
long. That's long. Like, obviously, she's living in Hollywood, out in the hills, so it's different.
Yeah.
But if you're living like South London, Croydon, and you just got like this white woman, it's a bit long. Do you know what I mean?
Is it though, man?
I think it is, bro. I think it is. Mixed race, it's fine. Of course, it's fine.
Listen, do you know what? If you've got such a fucking problem with it, I need all the fucking black women to stand up and start adopting dons.
True. Facts.
Because there is a stigma in the black community about anyone who's disabled.
Yeah.
Anyone who's fucking adopted.
Yeah, that's facts. It's facts.
And in fact, there's probably some kind of key link there, because I know anytime there's anyone disabled in the family, they're putting them up for adoption. Giving the kids away. Yeah? Quote unquote. Right, listen, lads, that's about all we've got time for. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do subscribe, turn your notifications on, and catch us on TikTok and Instagram for some exclusive content from your uncles.
Come on.
Cheers! We have been
for the people.
FTP.